Welcome back. In my last video, we took a look at the design, construction, and materials used in the Skier AeroCloud Elite sleeping pad. With an ASTM rating of 5.0, 4 inches thick, dimpled baffling, and a triangular core matrix with suspended insulation, I wanted to get this pad out and test it in temperatures around freezing. So let's hit the trail. Just started my hike to my campsite. Try out this Skier AeroCloud Elite. It's supposed to be pretty cold tonight. Originally the forecast was showing somewhere in the 20s, but the forecast for today shows 35 as the low, which isn't too terrible, but I think it's a good test for the Skier pad, just to see what it can do at temperatures around there, and if we can push it a little bit further than that would be nice. So I brought my accordion pad and we'll see how it goes. Alrighty, got the Kilos pad going inside the Durston X Dome 2, which you guys, if you watch any of my videos, know I use most of my trips. Some dirt in here. Try and clear that out. And I guess we'll get to see what this pad's made of. Expecting temperatures down to 35 degrees tonight. Might get a little bit lower than that, but I have my thermo drop set up, so I have one outside the tent and one inside the tent. All right, that was pretty quick. This Eaton Wolf pump is a little bit on the loud side, but at the high speed, you really only have to use it for a short period of time. So, but anyways, this Skier AeroCloud Elite, I'm looking forward to sleeping on it. I know it's going to be comfortable, but I don't know if it's going to be warm. I don't necessarily subscribe to ASTM rating on sleeping pads. Previously, I was using the Featherstone Calcutta pad, which was rated for 5.6, but I felt quite cold. That was a 4-inch thick pad, and it was just hard to maintain heat inside of it. This is a 4-inch thick pad as well. It doesn't have the side baffles quite like the Featherstone does, but we'll see if the ASTM rating of 5.0 is enough to keep me warm at 35 degrees. I'm going to get a fire going here in a little bit, but I did get a Gerber Bushcrafting knife for Christmas, and somebody was nice enough to leave us this piece of wood here, so I want to take a little crack at trying to maybe make this a little bit smaller. I guess we'll see how this goes. I've never done this before, so I'm going to use this piece of wood, and maybe I'll go to angle here. That way I can get the whole knife and just chip away smaller pieces. There we go. I guess that kind of worked. Probably need a little bit more of the knife sticking out over there. Definitely do not want to cut myself on this camping trip. I feel like I'm making a fool of myself to the bushcraft community. This is a lot of work. And I don't know how well the payoff is. That is a lot of work. I mean, it's nice to get a little bit more use out of firewood, I guess. Because honestly, I could start a fire with these pieces, at least a small one, and get it going. It is a lot easier once they're a little bit smaller and thinner. That bigger chunk was tough at first. Make this guy a little bit smaller. Not so bad. Turned one piece into 7 pieces. Cool. So I'm going to get a fire going. I don't entirely know what I'm doing right now. I'm just sort of like feathering this piece of wood. And I'm going to see if I can use just the flint to get this going. Let's give it a try. So this Gerber knife, probably something you could buy at Walmart, but whatever. I wouldn't bring this on a backpacking trip. Purely have it just to kind of play around with it today. But I guess all right. So I guess I'm gonna try bunch these leaves up. I made a few smaller sticks. And I guess we'll see if these leaves will take off. So I just so happened to find a fire starter tree, and lo and behold, just exactly what I needed. Probably need to fuzz this stuff up a little bit. There we go. There we go. Whoa. Fire starter tree comes in handy. Throw a few of these guys over there. Oh, wow. That was my try at bushcrafting. I'll work on it. Cooking up dinner. As you guys can see, I have company tonight. Angie decided to keep me company, which is awesome because she's my best friend and I love hanging out with her. In my last video, I talked about a bit of a giveaway, Firemaple giveaway. Maybe I'm jumping the gun here. Did it because I hit 100 subscribers, but I mean that's big for me. I'm really appreciative to everybody that subscribes and watches my videos, and I really love Firemaple cook set. So this G3 pot, this is mine, not the one I'm giving away, and I use the Green Peak 2 stove. in the set that in the giveaway, it's the Green Peak one, and really it just doesn't have these like fold out arms. And if I'm being totally honest, it doesn't really make a big difference. And I actually like the Green Peak 1 stove better because it hooks up to the pot just a little bit easier. This guy, they're so long, be a little bit fiddly. I've been using that phrase more, but you know, obviously that went easy. But the Green Peak 1 stove, it hooks up a lot easier, and boil times are really quick. Toss that lid on there in less than 2 minutes. You'll have some boiling water. So I told you guys in my last video about my giveaway, and if you're watching in the video right now, you're gonna know that if you comment on this video, you are entered for the giveaway. It is for subscribers only. Give me a comment, give me some feedback. Let me know what you think about the Kilo Skier pad. Give me opinions on places to go in North Carolina, cool trails, parks to check out, what you would like to see. Basically, if you comment on this video, you're entered for the giveaway as long as you're subscribed. So in the near future, I won't say my next video next week. I will announce. I more than likely will end up posting on my channel page about a winner, or when the actual entries close. I'm thinking initially about a week, and so like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys, and I really am looking forward to announcing the winner to the giveaway, because I think you're going to be happy with this pot, and I would love to see, you know, comments or messages on whoever wins this pot, when you use it, where you use it, what you think of it. So yeah, that's my announcement. It's going to officially start on this video being posted. All right. I'm laid up on the Kilo Skier AeroCloud Elite. I got my trusty Perea Thermodown 15 degree. Angie is over here riding in luxury. She's using the Thermarest X-Therm NXT sleeping pad, so she's going to be, and then she's also using the Perea Thermodown 0 degree sleeping bag, so she's going to be nice and toasty warm. Even if she doesn't believe me yet. Kilo Skier so far, I mean, I just laid down, so it feels a little bit cold, but already I feel like it's retaining heat pretty well. I'm just wearing base layers, my Cuddle Duds base layers, my fleece hood, so we'll see. I do have a accordion pad to put underneath it if I need to in the middle of the night, if it's like real cold or something. But so far so good. It's nice and comfy. We're gonna hang out and watch some movies, and just kind of hang out and see how this sleep equipment works for us. So check in with you guys later on. If there's any updates, I'll tell you. I'll see you in a little while. Alright, I was up a little while ago, made some coffee, it started raining, so I'm back in the tent, comfy. I slept okay last night. Pad was kind of cold. I checked my thermal drop and the low was 35. I definitely felt cold through the pad, so at least this first initial impression, I mean, it's doable, close to freezing, but might not want to push it lower than that. I threw a closed cell foam pad, accordion pad underneath it last night as well in the middle of the night, but still felt cold. Maybe I'm doing something weird, but I'm putting my closed cell foam mat under the pad. I don't know if I'm supposed to be putting it on top. Let me know what you guys do to if you're stacking mats. Ideally, I'm not going to be doing that on a backpacking trip. I don't want to bring a whole accordion mat on a trip with me, just to add warmth to a sleeping pad, which is why I have the Thermarest. Angie slept on it last night in the Priya Thermodown 0-degree bag, and she reported staying warm. She did say she was glad she had layers to put on, but she sleeps a little cold anyways, so she stayed comfy and warm for the most part. I was definitely losing heat through the pad on the Kilo skier. So I'll give you guys a breakdown once we get tent kind of packed up and final thoughts. All right. So again, the Kilo skier got a little bit of dirt on here. Kilo skier AeroCloud Elite. This might be low-hanging fruit for a sleeping bag in general, but it didn't lose any air at all last night, which with my previous experience on deflating pads made me very happy. It was also very comfortable with these dimpling, but it was a little bit cold. As you can see, I got my closed cell foam accordion pad under there, and I still felt cold even with these doubled up. So I mean, you can make it work close to freezing, 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 Celsius, but much below that, I probably wouldn't be using this in extreme winter conditions below freezing. So awesome pad. I'm glad I have it. It's definitely going to get 3-season use. That's for sure. And I'll continue to talk about this pad as I keep using it and get more experience. But my first initial test, my first impression is that I'm really happy with it for the price, the quality, the comfort, and being able to use it a majority of the year is a really good thing. So I'm happy with it. I'm going to get this guy packed up. I'll probably fast forward through that though. And there you have it, Kilo skier all packed up